Hey guys, and welcome back to Tabletop Assault. I'm Rich.
I'm David.
And today we're bringing you another 1500 point game of 8th edition.
So, what are you bringing?
Today I'm bringing my Necrons for the first time. Really looking forward to it.
We're going to release for the first time on the channel a full army of Chaos Demons.
Ooh, tough.
We're going to be fielding Nurgle, Chaos Demons to be specific.
Even tougher.
What we're playing today is Spoils of War. Really simple. Throughout the game you use 6 tactical objective cards, and you can only have 3 cards at maximum in your hand at any one time. You can steal cards though, called Precious Cargo.
Yes.
So really what that is any of the secure objective number 1/6 cards. If you're, say I draw it, but Rich actually has the objective,
I get the victory points.
yeah, so he can steal essentially off of you. Also, if you have more Precious Cargo points than your opponent at the end of the game, get an additional victory point. You also cannot discard any secure objective cards unless you achieve them. And you've got your usual First Blood, Line Breaker, and all that lovely stuff. So with that, take a look at the forces.
So here we have my 1500 points of Necrons. Leading my force today is Illuminator Zeraz, or whatever his name is.
Illuminator Zeraz?
Zeraz, along with a Barebones Overlord. In my troops choice today, we have 2 units of Necron warriors, and they're both going to be riding in the Ghost Arcs. And along with that, I have a unit of 10 Immortals, and they're all taking Tesla carbines. Excuse for the proxy there, guys, sorry. Finishing up my list, with a bit heavy punch, is a unit of 4 Destroyers and a unit of 3 Heavy Destroyers.
That is terrifying.
It's an incredibly simple, basic, tidy little list. But with that, let's take a look at what David's bringing.
So here I have a 1500 point Spearhead detachment of Chaos Daemons of Nurgle, giving me 4 command points. I'm kicking about with the Great Unclean One, and the Great Unclean One's going to be a legendary fighter, which is +1 attack in the charge. He will have a Plague Flail and Bile Sword, we have a Herald of Nurgle with a Plague Sword, 30 Plague Bearers, all with Plague Swords, Plague Drones, 5 of them with Plague Swords, Death Heads and an Instrument of Chaos. And then at the back we have 3 Soul Grinders, all with Harvester Cannons, Flame Bombardments, Iron Claws and Warp Swords. So yeah, it packs a punch in combat. Let's see if it can withstand some Necron barrage. Let's show you the board. So we're playing Spoils of War today, as mentioned earlier. This is the table we're playing on. Blasted Lands with our Imperial Radiated Runes.
Western runes.
Western Runes. Rich really wanted to get that in there.
Yep.
We've got 6 objective markers. So we'll start off with marker number 1, which is up there. Marker number 2, bang here in the middle. Marker number 3, down here. 4 is over there. 5, you can tell we didn't really place them in a good order, did we? 5 over there, and 6, it's like 1 over here, 1 over here. So, but yeah, this is the table we're playing on. Really nice table, we're quite excited for this matchup.
The Battle of the OK Corral.
Yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and do our deployments. Nurgle Demons finished off deploying. So on my left flank I have 30 Plague Bearers, the Herald, the Great Unclean One, Soul Grinder number 1, Soul Grinder number 2, Soul Grinder number 3, you get the picture, and the Plague Drones. So yeah, they're just going to move forward, shoot stuff, try and get into people's faces, try and survive a volley of fire. Are demons more resilient than Necrons? This will be interesting to find out. But yeah, let's see the Necrons deployment.
And here we have the Necron deployment. Up on my right flank, Ghost Arc Warriors, then my Immortals and my HQ choices. A little bit of a gap. And then the rest of my force, more Ghost Arcs, and then all my Destroyers piled up to face against the Great Unclean Horde.
Yeah.
But Necrons being Necrons, I want to get in a little bit of extra shooting. So give me a 6.
And Rich, you seize initiative, my friend.
Well, that's nice. Let's come back after Necron movement. So before I actually get into my movement, got objectives to do as well, but I think it's just going to be a great advance and shoot everything, because that's what I do.
Let's show you those cards.
So my first objective is to defend objective marker 1, so I've got to hold that for 2 turns, just over there, which is quite doable. Secure objective marker 4, that's a risk and reward scenario. Might not be worth it this turn, but I need to kind of stop you doing it. And secure objective 3, which you already secure, so...
Let's do your movement, Rich.
So at the end of the movement, everything in my force just moved up almost to the extent it can over here, and the destroyers just shuffled up and these destroyers stayed still.
Which unit did you my will be done?
Oh yes, sorry. What's going to be the... everything's going on the Immortals. I actually need to roll for...
Illuminar's Araz. So you've got... yeah, so the end of your movement phase, if Illuminar's Araz is within an inch of an infantry unit, which he is around there, you can augment them once per game.
And it's going to be... Mechanical augmentation is going to be... It's not what I needed. +1 strength.
For the whole game.
For the whole game to this unit of Immortals.
And they have my will be done, so they are +1 to their hit rolls as well.
So we're going to start my shooting with the Ghost Arc over here. And we're going to be firing at the mob of plague guys. What they call
Plague bearers.
Plague bearers, that's the one.
So they are actually more than 20 models, so your rolls here are -1 to hit.
Cool. So that will be hitting on 4s.
So 2 Ghost Flares, 10 shots.
That's average. That was a miss. That's
So
slightly low average.
4 hits.
What's your toughness?
You'll be 3s to wound. I'm toughness 3.
That's 2.
2 wounds, so these are 5-up demon saves. And then we have Disgusting Resilient. Oh, so 1 Plague Bearer goes down. Apologies guys, they're toughness 4 Plague Bearers, so that's a nice new change from 7th edition. So that means no one died, as only 1 would have been wounded and 1 was saved. What's next, Rich?
Next is going to be the Immortals firing their Tesla Carbines. So that's going to be 20 shots.
Plague Bearers.
And they will be, well, they're hitting on 4s, but it's +1, so it's going to be 3s.
Yeah. So you're -1 to hit, but you're +1 to hit, the my will be done. We get you.
So, looking for 3s.
You need to look to separate those 6s as well.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Which is a lot, by the way.
Right, so you got... take that 2 out as well.
Where's the other 2? There we go. So we've got 4 6s there. So these will now be wounding on 3s. Which is an incredible roll. That 6 is cocked. There we go.
Yeah.
Passed him out, yeah.
I've got a funny feeling I'm going to lose some Plague Bearers here. Thank you, Rich.
No worries.
So, I've got 1 more to go in. 5-up demon save. So take out all the fails, which is an absolute bucket load.
You passed 3.
And then Disgustingly Resilient on a 5+. So a ton of fails again. Right, so we've lost 3, 6, 9. 9 Plague Bearers just immediately bite the dust.
Woohoo! So my second Ghost Arc is going to fire its Ghost Flare arrays into the Plague Bearers as well.
You really want them dead.
10 shots looking for 4s. That's not too bad.
Yeah, there's still Cloud of Flies rule just now, so it's still -1 to hit.
Cool. And it'll be 4s to win because it's toughness 4. And that's another 2 saves to make.
So 5-up demon save.
Bad.
5-up Disgusting Resilient. Nope. Another one dies.
So we're going to fire the heavy destroyers, their heavy Gauss cannons, into the big soul grinder just out here. So that's 3s to hit.
Reroll failed shots of 1.
Ones. So that's only 1 hit. That's really irritating.
3s to wound on toughness 7, so your strength 9. It's a wound.
That's definitely a wound. That's a -4 to your armor.
5-up demon save.
Demon save.
5-up disgusting. Oh, roll for your damage first. See what the Disgusting Resilient have to roll. For 5 damage, I need 5 dice over. So 5-ups to ignore. So we managed to ignore 3 damage. So he takes 2 wounds.
Damn, mark of 2. We're going to move on to the other destroyers next, and I think I might try and start whittling down your Great Unclean One.
Good call.
So that is going to be 8 shots altogether on the 4 guys.
Okay.
They are needing 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s.
3 2s. Okay, so you get 4 hits. Now I'm toughness 7, so you're 5s to wound me.
Give me some 5s. There's 1.
So demon save first of all. 5 up. Nope, it goes through. What's your damage going to be?
D3. So there's 2.
I need 2 dice. So 2 disgusting resilience. No, so I take 2 wounds.
We've just got Sezi left.
Illuminator Zarez.
Sezi. He's going to shoot at your Great Unclean One. So it's an assault 1. Looking for 3s. He hits.
Looking for 3s.
3s to wound. It wounds.
5 up demon save. Nope.
And it's then D6 damage.
Okay, so
1.
disgusting resilient. Nope. So he's down to 9 wounds.
Yay.
He needs to be more than toughness 7. Come on, he's a Great Unclean One.
I need to roll higher than a 1 from my strength 6 weapon.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna
Damage
take
6
that.
weapon even. But with that, we have an end for Necron's turn 1.
Let's recap the victory points.
So at the end of Necron's turn 1, David gets a victory point.
Yeah.
Because I had secure objective 1 and the precious cargo roll for spoils of war means that anyone who has a card and is on it can get the point.
Which means secure objective 3. Which
That one, not 1.
I have, so I steal it essentially.
Yeah, there you go. Have a present.
Oh, thanks, Rich.
Oh, no worries. Let's go on to the Chaos turn.
Welcome to Chaos Daemons turn 1. Rich didn't do the damage I think he was hoping for there.
Definitely not.
Some flukiness, I'm ahead on victory points, even though I did nothing to achieve it, which is really weird. Really all I'm going to do is move my army forward. My army is very combat heavy, although I have shooty with the soul grinders. They're all heavy guns, and if they move, they're -1 to shoot. It's not going to be that effective, so I want their iron claws chomping away at some guys. So let's move my guys forward. In fact, let's show you my cards, then we'll move my guys forward. So I've drawn my 3 cards, and I have defend objective 6, which I already have. Now it's not a secured objective, so Rich can't actually steal it for precious cargo, so that is good to have. Advance, basically have no units in my deployment zone. Because I've got to keep units back, that's not going to happen. Overwhelming firepower, this army is not designed to shoot stuff out of the sky, it's designed to punch stuff out of the sky. So
You really did need my victory point.
yeah, good point. So yeah, that's the cards. Let's move my guys forward. So finished the movement, we've moved our 20 Plague Bearers. We're still a cloud of flies at the moment, so we've moved up 5 inches. The Herald's moved up 5. Great Unclean One's moved up, I think it's 7 inches he gets to move, which is quite nice. Soul Grinder here has moved up 8 inches. This Soul Grinder has stayed still because we want to defend marker 6, which is quite nice. This Soul Grinder's moved up 8 inches. Now, as Rich drew secure objective 4, I can actually steal that from him due to precious cargo. And my Plague Drones have flown over 10 inches. We're going to try and take a flank. They probably won't be able to do anything this turn, but it's just getting presence. And let's move into the psychic phase as we have a Herald and a Great Unclean One. My Herald here is going to start the psychic phase by casting Fleshy Abundance onto the Great Unclean One, recovering D3 mortal wounds. Now it's a value of 5+.
On my work.
So we do get it.
Oh no.
D3 wounds. Why do I keep saying mortal?
You keep saying mortal.
So that's 2 wounds. I'm not going to use any command points to reroll that, but he'll back up to 11 wounds. And lastly, Great Unclean One's going to try and cast Fleshy Abundance. Select a friendly Nurgle demon within 18 inches. We're going to select himself. Again, it's value 5. So we get it. Even if I roll a 1 for D3, it puts him back up to maximum wounds. So he would get back to, he's back up to 12 wounds.
All my work.
Lastly, we're just going to crack on with Stream of Corruption. Unit within 7 inches. This one here. On a 5+, will suffer D3 mortal wounds. If it had more than 10 models, it would be D6. So let's see if we cast it first. Value 5. We get it.
Oh, there it is. Just.
So we get it. So the Ghost Arc, D3 mortal wounds. for 2 mortal wounds, so he's down to 12 wounds. Only thing I've got to shoot with is all 3 soul grinders. We're going to start with this soul grinder, who's going to dedicate pretty much all his shots into your heavy destroyers.
That'll be fine.
So we'll start with his harvester cannon. So it's heavy 3 shots, but these are going to be hitting on 5s, 4 plus normally, 5 plus for moving. So we get 2 hits.
Only you.
these are strength 7, so 3s to wound. So it's only 1 wound. I'm actually going to use a command point.
Yep.
So that was a hit.
That was a hit.
So that is 2 wounds. Now these are -1 to your save, so it basically negates your cover save.
Yep, so it's just going to be a straight 3 up. And failed 1.
So you failed 1, so it's D3 damage.
Right.
So take this. So 1 takes a wound.
1 takes a wound.
We'll just quickly do next his Flame Bombardment, which is heavy D3. So 1 shot. It's strength. So first we've got to hit for 5 plus. So we fail.
Cool, cool.
We're going to repeat it all over again with this soul grinder here, again onto the same heavy destroyer unit. So harvester cannon 5 plus because he moved for 1 hit. 3s to wound for no wounds.
Yay!
Flame Bombardment D3, so 3 shots, hitting on 5 plus for 1 hit. It's then 3s to wound for a wound. Now this is -2 to your save.
So it'll be a 4 up save. And he's fine.
Oh, that was 3 damage if you failed that.
It would have killed 1.
We're just going to repeat it all again with the last soul grinder, however he has remained stationary, so no minuses. So harvester cannon, again on the heavy destroyers, 4 plus to hit.
Ooh.
Okay. 3s to wound. Oh! So 3 wounds now, it's 3 plus saves.
I'm going to come over here, show me some love.
Oh.
Every single one. That cheeky little bounce there was really good.
Loving it. And then the Flame Bombardment for 3 shots, hitting at full ballistic skill, so 4s for 2 hits. Sorry, 1 hit.
1 hit.
And then it's 3s to wound for a wound. And this is -2 to your save.
So 4 up save.
Plus.
And he fails it.
It's straight 3 damage, so your wounded one immediately dies.
Cool, cool.
So lastly, I just rolled in advance with this guy, so you rolled 3 inches, so he just moved on up. But we are going to go straight to declaring our charges. So we've got 3 charges to declare. We have a 6-inch charge with these guys onto the Ghost Ark, a 4-inch charge from the Great Unclean One onto the Ghost Ark,
Nah, whatever.
and a 9-inch charge from this guy onto the Destroyers. Everything else is not really in range to charge. So Overwatch time.
Oh yes.
Let's start with the Great Unclean One.
Okay, my 10 shots of Overwatch into the Great Unclean One. Looking for some 6s, and there is 1.
Cool.
And it's a 5 to wound you, yes?
Yeah, toughness 7.
And there's nothing. Oh well.
So 4-inch charge. Yes,
well in.
only just them. Yeah. So don't want to break him.
Clunk.
He's coming in for some fun. You've got another Overwatch here.
Do indeed.
Actually, I just realised. Go ahead and roll another 10 shots because they're rapid fire.
They are rapid fire.
Let's get that done.
Excuse us. And there's another one. And looking for that 5 again, and nothing. Thanks for the reminder.
Shall we keep the charge roll, Rich?
I don't think you need to worry about it.
Right, okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
So yeah.
2 wins isn't going to make a difference to the charge.
So 20 shots.
20 shots.
You've got 10 there. So
I've got 10 now, just reroll it. So looking for 6. There is 1 so far.
Cool.
And once again. So that is 2 altogether. It will be 4s. That's 2 wounds.
So demon saves first of all. Disgustingly resilient.
Nice.
2 die.
That's big, actually.
That removes the cloud of flies.
That's very big.
Now we do need a 6-inch charge though to get in, which we do get.
Oh,
So they will
Look
make
at this.
it. Last charge will be this soul grinder into your heavy destroyer. Sorry, your destroyers.
My destroyers, my normal destroyers.
Time for some Overwatch.
So I've got 8 shots in Overwatch, looking for 6s, but I do get to reroll the 1s. And that's a good thing. Got all those 5s I rolled. I'll need them for my reanimations. And I get 1 6, and that'll be a 5, and that was a 1.
Okay, so no wounds. So 9-inch charge, we've double checked.
What's that dice? What's that dice? What's that dice?
9-inch charge.
No!
If only you can make me reroll your command points. Let's get the assault phase ready. So we've done all our pile-ins, we've done our 3-inch movements, and we're managing to get 16 attacks are going to hit this Ghost Ark. Now these 16 attacks will be hitting on a 4+, and they are within 6 inches of the Herald, so they'll be wounding on a 5+, and they reroll failed wounds with Plague Swords. So, we're looking for force to hit. It's fairly good.
That's a decent amount.
That's actually really good. So 4 miss, so we get 12 hits. These are 5s to wound with a reroll. So 1, only 2, oh no, there's a third, so 3, and then these are all rerolls for Plague Swords.
Because nasty.
That's cocked.
So another 3.
So another 3. So it's only 6. So yeah, so 6 wins. 4 up saves, and they're damage 1, so quantum shielding's negated.
And that's 3 wins.
3 wins. So apologies, I forgot to shoot with the Great Unclean One in the shooting phase, didn't realise he actually had a gun. However, we are now going to attack with the Great Unclean One using his Bile Sword into the Ghost Ark. Now he is within 6 inches of a Herald, which buffs other Nurgle demons, not infantry, but Nurgle demons.
A big demon,
yeah.
still demon.
So he's +1 strength. However, these are 2s to hit. I'm going to use a command point for 4 hits. Now, as your toughness 6, and with my buff, I'm now strength 7, so 3s to wound. For only 1 wound. Oh no, reroll failed wounds. Yep. Reroll failed wounds. For 4 wounds. There's -3 to your save, and your save 4+, so no saves.
Nothing there. Roll your damage.
So we have 5, 5, 2, and a 3. So why don't you roll the 2 first?
So you try and roll a 1 here for my quantum shielding. So that is 2 damage.
2 damage, then you got 3.
Try and roll less than that for my quantum shielding.
Nope.
So that is 5 so far.
5 so far, and then you've got 2 5+s. So you need 4s or less.
So that's 1 save, so 10 wounds. That's really, really irritating. I normally roll solo.
And lastly, his accompanying Nurglings are going to attack with their claws and teeth. That basically gives an additional d6 attacks. So that's 1 more attack.
So fine by me.
Now it'd normally be it'd be 2 strength here, but it'll be +1 for the Herald, so strength 3. So I'm needing 6s to wound. Oh, 2+ to hit first.
No doubt. Ah.
Well, we don't even hit. But hey, 10 damage in a Ghost Ark.
Well, big ass demon.
Take it. Going to use his Warp Sword against these guys. So a Warp Sword is user strength, so strength 8, so it'll be 3s to wound you. However, I'll be 4+ to hit, but I get to reroll my failed hits. And it's -3, 3 guaranteed damage apiece.
Nice.
So we're going to go with force to hit. We get to reroll. So we get, wow.
What?
So we get 3 hits, and these will be 3s to wound you. For 2 wounds at -3 to your save, so 6 ups.
No!
So that's 2 instantly dead.
That's just 2 dead.
Yep.
So for my attacks back, my Ghost Ark gets 3 attacks because it's not that badly damaged. I will be hitting on 6s. And he gets nothing. We'll just swiftly move on to the last Ghost Ark. He only gets, at this stage, I can't read it there, one attack. And hitting on a
6.
Oh, hitting on 6, yes. Sorry. No. Oh well.
Let's get the destroyers ready.
So my destroyers attack back, hitting on 3s. 1s are re-rollable for hardwired hatred for all of them, and it will be wounding on 5s for wow. Wow, I'm shocked.
Yeah, I'm shocked too. Right, these are 3+ saves for the Soulgrinder. Disgustingly resilient because he's a Demon of Nurgle, so he takes a wound.
That's not bad actually.
No, I thought you caused nothing, to be honest. That brings an end to the Chaos Demon Nurgle turn 1, and I'm very happy with it. I've now got my army in the Necron's face. I caused some good wounds on the Ghost Ark, not Ark, because one of them did nothing. And I've killed 2 destroyers and 1 heavy destroyer. Although there's a chance you'll bring them back, that's worth its weight in gold, getting rid of those heavy damage units, especially when I'm bringing armour to the battle. However, victory point recap. I didn't claim any of my objectives. I actually claimed one of Richard's.
Yay.
Richard's, sorry, again. So I get to steal your secure objective 4. I'm so sorry. Your precious cargo's mine. And I'm actually going to burn overwhelming firepower. So we're not allowed to discard any secure objective cards until we achieve them, but you can still discard any other ones. So I want rid of that, because my army's not shooting. With that, Necrons, turn 2.
Okay then, so the start of my turn, I get to do some undying shenanigans. So I'm going to do my reanimations for my destroyers. So out of 5 up, they're back.
Oh, the damage has been wasted.
Wow!
And with the FAQ, they come back with
full strength.
all their wounds.
And yes, and my heavy destroyers.
And you'll get 1 wound back on
One
both
wound back
horse
here
arms.
and 1 wound back there.
So essentially, all the damage I've just done has almost been entirely mitigated. Sweet, love it.
Wow.
Let's take a look at your objective cards.
So holdover from my previous turn is defend objective 1. This turn I drew defend objective 5, which is over here, and I'm just not staying there, it's not worth it. And assassinate, I have to kill an enemy character. I get victory points for that, or 3 if I kill more, I think. If I kill 3 or more, I get D3 victory points. Look at that. Not too bad. I think it's possible. We'll see. But with that, we'll come back after Necron movement. Okay then, so my Necron movement was nice and simple. My Ghost Arc broke off, pick it and fly away, it's nipped over here. My HQs and the retinue of Immortals have just moved on around, trying to take care of this. My other Ghost Arc ran away, trying not to die. Sorry, it's got 3 wounds left.
Yeah, but couldn't run too far.
And yeah, can only move 4 inches now because of all its damage. And my destroyers, my newly minted destroyers.
Can I believe that roll? That was incredible.
Fell back. So with that, let's just get straight into some shooting.
I'm assuming you're going to do My Will Be Done on the Immortals.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So my Immortals will shoot first, and you don't have your fly thing anymore, so it will be 2s will be doing the job here. It's +1 to my hits, 3s. That's a drop dice. So, the hit, that is 1 miss.
Yes. Now, technically, this is where it gets complicated with Tesla. Technically, Rich, that 2 is a hit. It's +1 to your hit rolls.
Yes.
Also, all those 5s are Tesla as well, not just the 6s. Because it's +1 to hit rolls, those 5s become 6s.
Woohoo! So I'm going to grab some extra dice and come right back. Okay, so we've got a lot of shots here. It's now 3s to wound.
We will come back in a second.
Yes.
Right, we have a ton of saves to make with the demons, so 5 up demon save.
Whoa.
These rolled a lot of 6s and 5s actually.
That's dissatisfying.
Right, and then so we'll take all these away. That's a fair amount of saves, and then these are disgustingly resilient. 5s or 6s.
Wow.
Oh yes.
Would you stop it?
Okay, so I do take 7 casualties.
7 casualties out of something in the region of 30 shots that worked out.
14, 20, out of 26 wounds I took 7.
Wow.
Love it. So we actually forgot, kind of important here, they took 10 damage the last turn. So I've got a morale check to do with them. So apologies for that, guys. My bad. So morale check. 5, 7, so that would have been 15. They'd have lost 5, 6, 7, 8 more guys would have died. So I'm going to take 8 more guys off.
Sorry about that, guys. Just trying to keep it correct and right as much as possible.
4. And then yeah, I'll be out of unit coherency, forcing me to move. So yep, that's them back in order now.
I'm going to use my Ghost Arc now. It's going to rapid fire its Goss into the
Big bearers.
That's what they're called.
You'd actually get first blood if you kill them.
That'd be nice.
Which I haven't achieved yet.
Should do, hopefully. Anyway, looking for 3s to hit. That's cocked. And that's still hit.
It's a fairly healthy roll.
I only need 3 to go through. I need 4s to wound you.
You do indeed.
And that's that many saves to make, sir.
I think they're dead. 5+ demon save. Oh!
See you in the
So far failed 3. So need 1 5+. Disgustingly resilient. Oh no! Yes! So they're gone.
First blood.
And that is first blood.
Yay. So the Illuminator is the Illuminator is going to fire at the Plague Bear. No, the big.
Yeah, he's pretty big.
I need a 3 to hit. Yes.
Yeah.
I need a 3 to win. That's
Go.
cocked.
He
wins.
So 5 up demon save. Roll your damage. Don't roll high. Okay, so 3 damage. Do you want to use a command point?
Yeah, I'm going to use a command point. I'm going to risk it. Worth it.
6. Right, so 6 dice here. 6 disgustingly resilience. So I take 4 wounds.
Nice. My damaged Ghost Arc is going to fire at the Great One Queen one.
It sure is.
Actually, is he? Yeah, you'll fire at the Great One Queen one.
Okay.
Needing 5s to hit because he's badly damaged. Getting an okay-ish roll.
4 being less efficient, that's pretty decent roll.
I'll take
okay.
that, that's not too bad. And then it'll be 5s
to
to
wound.
wound. And that's a very good roll.
4 wounds. So 5 up demon save. For 3 go through, disgusting resilient. For 2 more, so he's down to 6 wounds.
My destroyers here are going to shoot at the guy that killed half of them.
And then they came back.
So I need 3s to hit. Rerolling 1s for hardwired hatred.
Okay, so 4
that's
hits.
4 hits. And they do now need 5s to wound. For 2 wounds.
Okay. 2 wounds at -3, so it'll go to his 5 up demon save. Of which he ignores 1.
Okay.
And then your D3 damage. For
I did 2.
2 damage, disgustingly resilient. For 1 damage off him, so he's down to 12 wounds.
So my heavy destroyers are going to assist their comrades in taking out this big soul grinder.
Go for it.
For 3s. Lovely.
Nice.
And then looking for 3s again.
Yep.
Lovely. And you get your saves, that's going to go
5 up demon save. So I ignore 2 of them. 1 of them, sorry. So do your D6 damage apiece.
D6 damage go. And there we go.
6 damage. I need 3 more dice.
There we are.
So disgusting resilient. We ignore 3 the damage. So
Nice,
he's down
well done.
to 9 wounds.
Take a lot of killing. So at the end of my turn 2 there, I've decided to discard my defend objective number 5 because there's no point in staying over at this end of the table. But I did get 1 victory point for killing that unit of plague bearers.
Yeah, you got first blood. He wiped them off the table. And again, sorry guys, we forgot the morale check for them. We were checking rules at the time and got a bit distracted, but we recovered it.
Yes,
and
it's all good.
wiped them off the table.
We're back to set. But let's see what David can do in turn 2.
Before we begin the Demon's turn 2, I actually will achieve Defend Objective 6. Now, strangely enough for 8th edition, some of the cards you can actually achieve them in your opponent's turn as well. So this is Defend Objective 6 for 2 consecutive turns, not 2 player turns. And a battle round has 2 turns. So I held it in my turn, I've held it in Rich's turn. I actually got another victory point, bringing the score 3-1. And I'll get to draw 2 cards this turn, which is good. My battle plan, get everything in combat. That's really it. I have no other strategy than that. So let's do my movement phase. No, I'll show you my cards. Just drawing my tactical objective card, so I only had advance, as I keep achieving most of Rich's, sorry. Won't use your Christian name. So I got secure objective marker 1 and domination. Probably going to discard that at the end of the turn, but these are achievable. So let's move on to the movement phase. Right, Chaos Daemons have finished off their movement, and I just want to also recap. Sorry, Defend Objective 6 got me 2 victory points. I can't count today, so the score's actually 4-1.
Stop winning with my victory points.
I know. So he's moved up. He's going to try and finish off what he started with the Ghost Arc.
Doable.
The Heralds just moved up as well. I don't really know what to do with them. I think you're going to murder them, so cool, have fun with that. This is the bulk of my army. So all my soul grinders are basically, if I can catch your destroyers and wipe them out, the punch of your army is essentially gone.
You've broken my back, yeah.
So I'm trying to get as many soul grinders up here as I can, and my plague drones are the same. They're going to try and stop these guys in their tracks. That's it. Let's go into the psychic phase. I'm going to start the psychic phase by using Fleshy Abundance with my Herald onto my Great Unclean One. I need to keep him alive. So value 5. We get it.
Just.
So he'll recover D3 wounds. He'll recover 2 wounds. I will get more dice, but he's back up to 8 wounds. I'm actually going to do Fleshy Abundance now with the Great Unclean One onto himself. Which we get.
Totally.
So another D3 wounds, so I've got 2 back so far. Plus another 2, so I'm back up to 10 wounds. And I am now going to go with his last, because you can do 2 psychic abilities. We're going to use Stream of Corruption onto this Ghost Ark. So it's 5 to cast. That's a 2,
yeah,
so we get it. And the unit will suffer D3 mortal wounds. So if I actually get a 5 or 6 here, he's dead. Oh. I was hoping to kill him and then
only 1 wound there.
But hey, we got 4 wounds back on the Great Unclean One. That's
nice.
Worth it. We're going to start with the it's called the Plague Flail, which I forgot last turn. 7-inch shot into the Ghost Ark. Assault 2, it'll be 2+ to hit, but because it's user strength and I'm +1 strength because of the Herald, it'll be strength 7. So 2 shots. We get 2 hits.
Cool.
3s to wound. We get 1 wound. Now it's -3 to your save.
So 4 up, so I've got no save, so it's my quantum shields.
You need to roll a 1 because it's damage 2.
No.
No. So that is 2 damage off the Ghost Ark. That will be destroyed.
Destroyed Ghost Ark.
Roll a 6, see if it explodes.
And nope, that's a 3.
But we will have to roll 10 dice to see if the disembarking passengers any mortal wounds on them. So any roll of a 1, it's a mortal wound.
And that is 1 dead warrior.
We'll just get the units out.
And this is where my 9 warriors ended up. If they weren't robots, you'd be afraid, but you know.
Right, we're going to move on to some soul grinders next. We're going to probably start with this dude here.
Okay.
Now I just want to point out, guys, all of my soul grinders are still okay to fire at normal ballistic skill. However, they all moved.
Yay!
So we'll start off with this one. So we have the Harvester Cannon, 3 shots, hitting on 5s for 1 hit. We're wounding on 3s for no wounds. We now have Flame Bombardment, heavy D3 for 2 shots, hitting on 5s. Right, we'll rinse and repeat. Next soul grinder.
Yep.
Okay, he's got 12 wounds, so he's still fine.
Yep.
Harvester Cannon, he did move. For no hits. Flame Bombardment. 3 shots. For no hits.
Oh,
Beginning to see soul grinders don't shoot anymore like they used to. And then the last soul grinder, again we're going to shoot onto the 4 destroyers. Harvester Cannon. For 1 hit. It's a wound. Now it is a wound at -1 for D3 damage. So 4 up save.
4 up save. You can kill it, you can kill it.
5 or 6, one is dead.
Takes a wound.
Takes a wound. Right, okay, and then Flame Bombardment for 1 shot. For 1 miss. I'm not even going to waste my 2 remaining command points in the shooting phase. There's no point. Let's move on to the Plague Drones. Let's get their shots next. And last is my Plague Drones. They're going to hurl their Death's Heads, so it's 2 shots each.
They're going to hurl their what?
Their Death's Heads.
Death's Heads?
Yeah, so it's 10 shots, and we are going to be forced to hit. What do you know?
You're rolling like me.
Yep, so half of them hit. And then we are going to be 5s to win, but we re-roll failed wind rolls of 1. Oh, okay, so we get 3 wins. Full saves, and you're in cover.
+1, so 2 ups. Absolutely
You're
fine.
absolutely fine. I need to do damage in the assault phase. I need to do it. Right, my first charge is going to be my Great Unclean One into these pesky... I don't want Tesla anymore, so let's kill you.
They've proven to be very good. But my Overwatch, looking for some 6s.
Now, even though your My Will Be Done will not impact it, because you cannot take modifiers in Overwatch.
But
So
that
you
still
get-
does become extra shots.
Yep, so you get, what, that's another
Another that many.
9 shots in total, so 9 hits. You're going to be 5s to wound.
And I'll take that one.
Okay, so you will wound, so 5 up demon save. Disgustingly resilient. Yes, so it's ignored. We've double checked, can't really fail the charge.
For formality's sake,
Yeah, we're in.
have at it.
Next up to charge is a soul grinder onto these destroyers.
I am going to Overwatch, so looking for some 6s. Reroll the 1.
So you get 2, you got 1 hit so far.
And there's 1 hit. It will wound on a 5. Mission
Nope.
does nothing.
Can't really fail the charge here either, guys.
Oh, whoa!
He wants this.
That was just unnecessary.
Now they can't overwatch anymore.
Nope.
So I'm automatically going to declare a charge with this soul grinder. We are going to need. It's going to be short with 6 to get within an inch. That'll be 7 inch charge. I'm going to use a command point to reroll this. I need a 4+. Oh. So he doesn't get in. And Overwatch with these heavy destroyers on my plague drones.
Fair enough. So 3 shots. And nothing.
I can't fail the charge again.
No. But for the sake of it.
So yeah, they're gonna. So let's get this ready. We're gonna start with the Great Unclean One. He is gonna swipe 5 great big attacks with his bile sword on these immortals. So we're hitting on 2s. So we all hit. Now I am still within 6 inches of the Herald, so I'm strength 7, but your toughness 4. So it's 3s to wound, but these are re-rollable. So these are
Thankfully
re-rollable.
for you guys.
Oh,
Whoa!
horse roll. Okay, so 2 go through. Now this is -3 to your save, so you do get a 6-up save.
For 6s. And no.
It doesn't matter, they're d6 damage a piece. I'm not going to roll the damage, so 2 guys just bite the dust. We'll just quickly do the claws and teeth from the accompanying Nurglings. D6 extra attacks.
Eliminates that.
3 more.
Cool.
Now we have checked, it looks like we used the Great Unclean One's weapon skill for this.
Yep.
So these are 2s. So 2 hit. And these are going to be strength 3, so still going to be strength 2 normally, but because of +1 strength from the Herald, they're strength 3, and I get to reroll failed wounds of 1 for these attacks. So 5s for 1 extra wound at normal save of 3 up.
And there we go.
It's fine. So just 2 immortals, bite the dust. Plague drones are going to activate next, and they're going to start by using their plague swords. So we have 6 attacks with the plague swords. We are hitting on 4s. So we get 3 hits. We are wounding on 5s, but these are re-rollable. For 1 wound. Just full save,
Yep. He's
so
fine.
you're fine. We went, however, then have 20 attacks from the Prehensile Proboscis.
Prehensile proboscis?
Yeah,
What?
basically the flies attack you.
Wow.
So it's 4 attacks each, additional attacks.
Oh, like the claws are
Yeah.
prehensile
Now these will be wounding on 5s, but they get to re-roll their failed wounds, but it's 2 damage apiece.
Ooh!
So 4s to hit first of all.
That was poor, I think.
It
At a
was,
glance.
but they are 2 damage apiece if they get through. So it's not that bad.
So, was it that many 5s to roll?
Yep, so these are 5s. Okay, and they're re-rollable, so we've got 2 so far. Doesn't look enough. Ooh,
Drop that one. Oh, there's
we
another
get
3.
3 more, so we get 5 wounds, full saves.
Yep.
So that causes 4 damage, so 1 destroyer, heavy destroyer, sorry, is dead. Last up will be my soul grinder, so we're going to use the warp sword. We've got 4+ to hit, 3 attacks. Get to reroll failed hits. So we all hit.
Nice, we're done.
It's 3s to wound at strength 8. So 2 wounds, and it's -3, so 6-up saves.
No.
Now it's 3 damage a piece, so that's 2 dead destroyers. You'll obviously take the already wounded
Yep.
one.
And then the other one. So my immortals are going to get a mighty 6 attacks in retaliation. Looking for 3s to hit. That's all but 2. And then
5s.
looking for 5s to wound. I'm not going to bother re-rolling anything on that.
Let's move on.
That's that. attacking back with my destroyers now. Again, we're needing 3 to hit.
That's cocked. One of them's cocked.
Cocked.
There you go, and you reroll the 1.
Yep. Still
Okay,
miss.
so 3 hits.
So we have 3, needing 5 to wound. There's 1 wound.
3 up save.
Please fail.
He's fine. And then you may as well do them. The 2 heavies.
2 heavies left. So that's another 2 attacks, hitting on 3s with no rerolls. Wounding on 5s with 1 wound.
No.
Yeah?
They're toughness 4, but doesn't matter.
No, that was a complete miss. Sorry. Anyway, it's still only 1 attack.
Demon save. Disgusting resilient. No, so takes a wound on 1 of the flies. So that's the end of more than not bad, but more than a goodish turn for Chaos Demons. I will secure objective marker 1 because my plague drones are actually within 3 inches of it.
Yep.
So that'll bring the score 5 to 1, and I have none of my units within my deployment zone now. So that's another victory point for advance. That brings the score 6 to 1, and I'm going to discard domination because that's just never happening. Decent turn so far. I've got a few things trapped now. I think things aren't looking healthy for Necrons.
Definitely not.
So let's go into there. Turn 2.
Turn 3.
3.
Hi, I'm Rich, and you might know me from other turns such as turn 1 and turn 2.
Right, what have you got to do, Rich?
I'm going to reanimation protocols on the heavy destroyers. I need a 5. Nope.
Thank you, finally.
For the normal destroyers, I've got 2 reanimation protocols to make. Oh, this is it.
Your 6s are worn out, Rich.
Yep. The unit of warriors
Got 1 there.
get the rude awakening, and he doesn't come back. I lost 2 immortals here, but this is going to be a 4 up because I have got a
Technomancer within
yes,
3 inches.
He's a fancy cryptic.
So
I
2
got 1
immortals
back.
come back.
Oh, I get 2 immortals, so of course.
And you'll also
Get my, what is it? Liquid metal, living metal, or whatever it's called.
yeah,
I
it's
get
back up
another
to
wound
13.
back.
Let's look at your cards.
So from the previous turns, I still have defend objective number 1.
Nope.
And which is actually chances for you now. And
No,
assassinate.
Only secure I can steal. I can't steal that.
Anyway, so the assassinate, but I've just drawn Witch Hunter, and that's kill an enemy psyker, and that is incredibly doable.
That herald for assassinate and witch hunter, that's become very juicy. So let's do your movement phase.
So my HQ choices I've just moved around here a little bit to thinking in future turns. Obviously they're staying in combat there, need to keep him tied up. My warriors have moved on up to take some pot shots hopefully, and my destroyers have once again backed away, but thankfully again because they're fly I can shoot.
Yeah.
So with that, let's get to some shooting. So we're going to kick off the shooting with my Ghost Arc, and it's going to fire its Gauss Flare arrays at rapid firing into your Herald. So 3 ups.
Very good.
That is quite nice.
Yeah, that's very good.
And it's 5 ups because you're toughness 5.
Indeed.
And that is only the 3.
Okay, so 5 ups. Disgusting resilient. Takes no wounds.
I now have 9 rapid firing warriors attempting to do the job that the Ghost Arc couldn't. So again looking for 3s. And that was
That was not so good.
alright. And then needing 5s. For
4 or 5.
5 hits.
Okay, so these are 5 up invuls. So if I fail all these, he's dead.
Oh.
Disgusting resilient. Oh, so he takes a wound down to 3 wounds.
So we're going to fire the heavy destroyers into the Wounded Soul Grinder here.
No, you're not. Kidding on.
And for that I will destroy it. They both hit.
Okay.
And I'll be wounding on 3s as well. And that's the
Ignore my armor, straight to 5 up demon save. So both go through.
and it's D6 shots. Well, D6 damage each.
Yep, it is indeed.
Only 4.
So 4 can I get 2 more dice, because disgustingly resilient. So I ignore, so I get 3 damage, I'm down to 6. That is him now less efficient.
the normal destroyers here are going to shoot at the Soul Grinder, needing 3s to hit. Reroll that for Hardwired Hatred, still misses.
5s.
And 5 to wound is 1 wound.
So I do get a 6-up save, so I'll rather take my demon save. 5+. So he's saved.
Fair enough. The Illuminator is going to shoot his Eldritch Lance at this guy, needing a 3.
You hit.
And he hits.
Needing a 3.
Needing a 3 to wound. He wounds.
So
-4, so stick to your demon save.
nope.
Okay.
Okay, roll your damage.
D6 damage. I'll take that.
5. Oh no. So disgustingly resilient. So I take 5. That is enough to make him less efficient. So 5 damage.
Best shot I've ever.
Yeah.
I have a single charge declared just now, and it's going to be my warriors into this herald. I want rid of them. So it's a 3-inch charge to get within an inch,
You're in.
and he's completely in.
Do you want to roll any? I'm kidding on. We just want to point out this phase. Rich forgot to mention in the start of the movement phase, but those immortals are my will be done again.
Always assume this, people.
Yeah.
So my warriors are all moved in and moved up. I've got 9 attacks, looking for 3s to hit. That's a really poor roll.
Actually, yeah.
And then 5s is 1.
So it won't be enough to kill him. 5-up demon save. Disgustingly resilient. So he's down to 2 wounds.
My immortals are going to chip away at this guy's feet, looking for 3s to hit.
2s to hit.
2s. Oh, of course.
My will be done.
That's all of them.
Yep.
And
5s to wound.
5s to wound, unfortunately. It's going to be the tough bit. Then again, maybe not. At 3 wounds. 3 go through.
So 5-up demon save.
Wow, that's at 3 ones again.
Disgustingly resilient. So he takes 2 wounds. He's down to 8 wounds. Great Unclean One is going to attack back. 5 attacks from the Bile Sword, hitting on 2s for 4 hits. We are going to be still within 6 inches of the Herald, so we're now strength 7, so 3s to wound. Reroll fail wounds for the Bile Sword. So 3 wounds at -3, so 6-up saves.
Cheeky 6-up. Save 1.
So 2 will bite the dust. Because it's multi-damage,
Yeah.
no point over it.
Want to go over the guys?
Yeah, so the accompanying Nurglings, we get 4 additional attacks. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 5s. I'm just going to double check, but I believe they get to reroll. Reroll filled wounds of 1, so I do get 1 reroll for 1 wound.
And that's a full save?
Yeah, full save.
And he makes it.
So only 2 of them die. Again, still not enough as it was like last time to force some morale. Herald of Nurgle, last to go. 3 attacks, 2s to hit. 3s to wound. So 3 wounds, just normal saves, 4+. So
Fails.
2 go down. Again, still not enough to force a morale check.
So at the end of another turn,
Yep.
we'll call that a Necron turn, wasn't much of a turn. Not much happened, and I'm also going to burn my defend objective 1, just not doing the damage in this situation. It's these are 2 very tough armies. This game could go on for a while.
You've done it. You technically would have probably nearly killed the Great Unclean One if his Fleshy Abundance didn't get off.
Yeah, you got some nice psychic abilities. But with that, let's take a look at Chaos turn 3.
Welcome back to Chaos turn 3, and I think if I can eliminate these destroyers, I think that could be game. Because we're going ahead in points, we're still 6 victory points to 1 at the moment. Speaking of victory points, we're going to go and look at my cards. So I've got no active cards, so I've drawn Master the Warp, basically cast psychic powers, manifest 1, it's 1 victory point, manifest 3 is D3, secure marker 4 and secure marker 6. It's so kind for me, we've got 6 here and 4 here. It does mean the Soul Grinders are removing themselves from the game, but victory points, I think if I can kill some destroyers and rack up the points, that'll probably be it. Let's get on with the movement phase. So I've guaranteed myself 2 victory points this turn. I've moved my Soul Grinder back onto marker number 6. My plague drones have moved on to marker number 4, so that's 2 victory points. And these both soul grinders have moved up to respectively heavy destroyers and destroyers. And I'm no falling back with my herald and my great unclean one because it's holding this flank down. With that, I'm going to go straight into the psychic phase. We're going to do fleshy abundance from this herald onto the great unclean one. Level 5. Double 1 is a peril, but I'm going to use a command point, my last command point, to reroll this. 4 brings it to a 5.
Does go off.
It's gone off, but I've got no command points left. D3 on the great unclean one. So 3 wounds back.
Oh, my hard work.
Yeah, puts him up to, I believe that's 11.
Mm-hmm.
I'm then going to cast Fleshy Abundance again on himself. So it goes off.
Completely off.
D3. So he's back up to full wounds. And I'm going to cast the... I'll just get the name of it, I can't remember the name of it, it was 2 seconds. It's Stream of Corruption, sorry not Steam, Stream of Corruption, the one I was doing earlier, onto the Immortals. So it's value 5, which we get. Now that will actually guarantee me D3 victory points for mastering the warp, because I've got off 3 psychic powers this turn. Now for the psychic power, the unit automatically will suffer D3 mortal wounds. So 1 more immortal will die. And that's the end of the psychic phase.
The immortal is not mortal to mortal wounds? No, it's mortal to mortal wounds. Words!
Going to fire in the shooting phase, the Plague Flail, and it literally says this weapon can be fired within 1 inch of an enemy unit. So we're going to fire these guys. 2+ to hit. This is Plague Flail. 2 hits.
Plague Flail.
It's going to be strength 6 normally, but 7 because we're within 6 inches of the Herald. So 3s. It's 2 wounds at -3 to your save, 2 damage apiece. But it's only going to kill 2 guys if you fail it. So 6 ups.
2 more
die. So Grinder here is going to shoot at the Ghost Ark because he can't see any of your destroyers. So Harvester Cannon for no hits because he moved to be 5+. We are then looking for Flame Bombardment for 1 shot, 5+. Nope. And we'll just get ready with the next ones. Harvester Cannon onto these guys, 5+ to hit. 2 hits.
Nice.
3s to wound. 1 wound at -1 for D3 damage.
That
Failed.
wins.
D3 damage for 2 wounds on a heavy destroyer. Flame Bombardment, so it's 3 shots, hitting on 5s because he moved for 1 hit. 3s to wound. It's a wound and it's at -2, so 5 up save. Nope, for
Failed.
3 damage, so your last
Gone.
guy will soak it up, 1 dies.
No.
So Grinder here, now he's less than 7 wounds, so he's hitting on 6s with his Harvester Cannon because he moved as well. So Harvester Cannon for none. Flame Bombardment for 2 shots. For 1 hit. And this will be 3s to wound. For a wound at -2.
Safe. Lovely.
And that's the end of the incredibly long shooting phase. This Soul Grinder is going to declare a charge on this sole remaining heavy destroyer.
6s for the Overwatch. Nothing.
You have 5 inches to get within an inch. Well, he ain't moving anywhere, and I've used all my command points. This guy here, Overwatch.
4 shots. Needing 6s. Hookers. I get 1. Let me get them out of the way. And it'll be 5. And nothing.
Can't fail the charge.
Oh, look.
Super in. Let's get this phase ready. Soul Grinder is going to use the Warp Sword against these 2 destroyers. So 4+ to hit, 3 attacks. We do get to reroll failed hits with a Warp Sword. So 2 go through. It's going to be 3s to wound you for 1 wound. Now this is -3 to your save, but if you fail the save, 1 destroyer's dead.
No.
It's 3 damage, 1 bites
1
the
dead
dust.
destroyer. What?
Activating the Herald next, so 3 attacks, hitting on 2s. We are going to be wounding on 3s, rerollable. So 1 wound, just full save.
Full save, happy days. That's a
fine.
save, look at that.
Your turn to choose a unit.
So we'll be attacking with my Immortals here. It's hitting on 3s.
No, you're hitting on 2s because
I'm
of
out
my
of my range.
Your mile will be done as 6 inches.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
And it lasts until the beginning of your next turn.
So they are all in, sorry. So that is all 5. And it will be 5s to window. And there's 3, not bad. You got your 6.
So discussing resilient. So I take 2 wounds, I'm down to 10 wounds.
It's a seesaw.
I'm just going to quickly activate him next. Yep. So 5 attacks with a Bile Sword. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 3s. Get to reroll failed wounds.
And that's the unit.
No, you will get a save against it at 6+, I believe, because it's only -3.
Oh, okay, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not. That's the unit.
So that's the unit gone. They are completely wiped.
No reanimation for them. My destroyer will attack back with 2 attacks. Both hit.
Cool.
5s to wound.
There was going to be 1 morale check to make with these immortals, but they no longer exist.
They're dead.
I don't have any morale checks to make, so we're going to just quickly recap. End of Demons, turn 3. We're currently at 6 victory points to 1 for the Nurgle Chaos Demons. We did claim marker 6 because we're the Chaos Soulgrinder. We did get marker 4 because of the Plague Drones, so we're at 8 to 1. And we did capture Master of the Warp, but we actually got 3 powers off. So that's going to be D3 victory points. What? For 3 more, so it brings the score 11 victory points to 1. What's your thoughts, Rich?
I abdicate.
Yeah, abdicate.
I'm giving up. The Necrons are going to go bury themselves back in their tomb.
Yeah, I don't think, even with your animations, that you can pull it back now.
No, there's no way. There's no way. Nah.
Oh,
nah.
Awkward handshake, and we'll give you your thoughts. So that was an endurance slugfest.
Oh, wasn't it ever?
So I think we found out, we did say at the start who's going to be more durable, Chaos Daemons of Nurgle or Necrons. The answer was given.
Yeah, completely. I mean, they're both incredibly tough. You've got the Necrons who are the mechanical, just persistent. You've got the biological version.
Yeah. So Nurgle, they don't really have the 4-up invul that Tzeentch does. They've only got a 5-up invul, but they're discussing resilient, coupled with bringing casters for fleshy abundance.
Yeah, oh, that's so good.
And the Greater Demon just kept on getting wounds back and wounds back and wounds back.
Nothing would stick.
Yeah, I think you probably actually would have done enough wounds to actually kill him over the course of the game if it wasn't for fleshy abundance.
And at the same time, my destroyers, you gutted half the unit.
And they came back.
And then they just came back the next turn.
That was painful to watch.
Oh, that was so good. That was just lucky.
I think you rolled 3 6s.
I think it was a 5. Anyway, it worked really well. It was nice. So the destroyers are solid. I don't think they have the staying power to couple with their hard-hitting ability. But
yeah. Either way though, it was an interesting fight. I quite liked using demons for the first time. May have got a few wee things wrong, guys, so apologise. But you'll probably find maybe Tzeentch demons will be fielded next.
Well, I think I want to bring my Khorne against that.
This guy.
Oh yeah.
So give us comments down below. Let us know your thoughts, and share these videos, like and subscribe. And I think me and Rich will see you again for our Tabletop Assault Battle Report.